Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 3 of the CTC Late Model Tour. This week we're at Rockingham Speedway, first time on CTCRN. If you've been joining in the last couple of races, we're on Wild Horse Broadcasting. Don't be alarmed, he will be back soon. He is in the race tonight, though. Trenton Sneed running that Camaro, and qualifying underway right now. Here, and it's going to be like a super speedway race. Doesn't surprise me. A lot of banking here, a lot of grip in these late models. Should be completely flat out all the way around this track. Right now, Bo Caro on the pole position. Harry Rindell jumps to 42 with 25.0. Goes to the top of the board. Quinn Newton goes up to third. Jeffrey Johnson, fifth right now, second lap. 25.4. Travis Cremetta jumps to third. Trenton Sneed up to second. In the 81. Yeah, he was pretty well in his qualifying attempts. About to complete lap number 1. Across the line, 25.49. We're going to improve on lap number 2. Yeah, Trenton's in here tonight. And he's looking fast. P2, 25.1. Davis Greenwell goes to 8th. Combo with Michael Christopher. Put that number 22 on 4th on the board, 25.2. We'll see if he'll improve on this second lap. Getting a little sideways into 3. Cut in the front stretch. See what lap number 2 is for Mike. A little bit better, 25.24. Now Cliff Mullins. Blink right there. Blake Giglio, winner last week at Nashville Fairgrounds. See if he can try his luck at Rockingham. Lap number 2 for Blake. Gonna lift early. Probably not too good. Cliff Mullins, first lap, goes to 7th. Giglio, P3, 25.919, sorry. 25.19. Then Cliff Mullins looks to be our final qualifier. No, I think Daniel Llewellyn will try his luck as well, but Cliff Mullins, 25.19. Oh, 25.20 for Cliff Mullins. He goes to 4th on the board. And our final qualifier, Daniel Llewellyn. Sorry, Daniel. A little high in 1 and 2. Not gonna be too good for his lap time, but looks like he'll only have time for this lap, so gonna make this one count. Runs the middle line in 3 and 4. I don't think that's the way to go. Cross the line for Daniel. 10th, not too bad. For how shaky that lap was, I think a 10th isn't too bad for him right there. Alright, qualifying has concluded. And heat number 1 will be underway in just a moment. Could be 1 heat tonight. Top 2 advance to the race in qualifying, so 3rd on back from qualifying will be racing in the heat right here. Could be Alright, yeah, so our final qualifying results, Harry Riddell and Trent Sneed will advance to the race.
I'm starting next to somebody that's sexy and royal.
That means we have Blake Giglio going to be starting on the pole for the heat. Cliff Mullins in second, Travis Smith third, Michael Christopher fourth, Bo Caro in fifth, Quinn Newton sixth, Mark Willard seventh, Daniel Llewellyn eighth, Jeffrey Johnson ninth, Davis Greenwell 10th, Dave Hoytsma in 11th, and Andrew Beach in 12th. About 20 laps in this heat race. This will be our first look at what pack racing looks like in the late models this season. Obviously, these are intended for short tracks, so what these guys are going to be used to in these things. Should be taking the green flag right here. Pace car pulls onto pit road.
Green, green, green.
And green flag is waving in the heat race. Here at Rockingham Speedway. You can get the camera angle. There we go. Blake Giglio out to an early lead. Travis Strumetta looks like closely behind in second, side by side for third. Bo Caro and Cliff Mullins. 42 slides out in front of 37. And a quick crossover by Cliff. We got Mark Willard here from week number 1 at Hickory. He's going to try to make his way up through this heat race, put himself in a good spot for the feature. On board with Mark. Okay. I guess we don't get to see driver info. Cool. Giglio and Strumetta have pulled away from the rest of the field. Strumetta's all over the back bumper of Giglio. Meanwhile, huge cluster of cars. Looks like Christopher has front end damage. Involved in some sort of accident. He's still sitting in 8th place. Strumetta makes the move to the bottom. Gonna lead that lap. Oh, he gets turned! Wrecking at the front of the field. Blake Giglio and Travis Strumetta. Huge accident.
Sorry, I was trying to get that thrown. I don't know why it won't throw yellow. You're supposed to have full forward stop.
And Strumetta gonna tow the car.
Automatically.
Apologies, having some technical difficulties again. Not been a good streak here on the network.
Hey Lucas, you're on caution duty tonight. Apparently I fucked it.
Let's take a look at what happened right there. All right, looking at Giglio and Scrumetta right here. Giglio crosses him over, then Travis crosses him over right back, and into turn 1, I think Travis just slides up into the 16. Yep. Tried to pull a bit of a slide job right there and wasn't clear.
We're thinking it's a heat thing, so I'll do better at trying to make sure that they're quicker. Nah, I like the no yellow. It's going based off the normal rules of CTC. It's a multi-car crash that iRacing doesn't throw. I'm throwing it. If it's a single car, I won't. That click it, it should work in the feature. I think it's just the heat. Hey Cliff, watch these two in front of us because they both got a beat from earlier.
Okay, front row, Bocaro and Mark Willard gonna get us restarted here at Rockingham. Gonna go green with 11 laps to go in the heat.
Let's go Bo.
Green flag back in the air.
Green flag, green flag, green flag.
And Caro got a good jump right there. Willard follows into second. Quinn Newton in third, and then Michael Christopher with that damage 22 in fourth place right now. Scrumetta, who was involved in an accident, is on pit road out of the heat. Same with Dave Hoytsma. I think he also got caught up in it. So those two both on pit road. Giglio is back out on track, but with a severely damaged car. Keep in mind they don't have quick repairs in this series. So if you get in an accident, you better fix it or pull into the garage because you got no other backup there. Laps to go. Newton makes the move to the inside of Willard, possibly not quite there. Not going to get that done just yet. Side by side from fourth. Llewellyn to the inside of Christopher, and Mullins to the inside of Llewellyn. 3 wide on the backstretch. Now to turn 3. Who gives up the lane? They all slide up the racetrack. The 23 got pinched pretty hard right there. Everybody did a good job. They're doing a little bump drafting right there. 22 gave a shove to the 23. Go side by side on the backstretch, and it's not quite, you know, what you'd see at Daytona or Talladega in the NASCAR races. Obviously, they're flat out right now, most likely, and trying to use the draft, but we're not seeing pushing all the way around. We're not seeing 2x2 all the way through the field. It's more like a mid-2000s Daytona race in the Cup Series. At least it looks like to me. You know, it's probably still going to worry about tire wear a little bit on the long run. Kind of one of those things we're going to learn all night. I'm sure a lot of these guys don't have much experience with this. I got Stren. Beach gave a big shove to Cliff Mullins right there. Put Daniel Llewellyn up in the wall.
Sorry, Mike, I had to check up or I was going to wreck Cliff going in the 3 right there.
Daniel not going to be too pleased with that. I'm not sure who doored who right there, but... Oh, we caught the outside wall out of 2. So he didn't hurt the car too bad. But 3 wide again, this time for 6th. Daniel scrapes the wall. And up toward the front, top 3 still fairly close, 4 laps to go. To go here in the heat race. Is anybody going to be able to make the move up front? Caro just dominating the end of this heat race, but I think he's going to have to throw a block or 2 before the end of this. And there he goes, blocks down to the bottom. Keeps Willard behind him. Looks like a bit of a bumper. We're on the white flag lap. Final lap here at Rockingham in the heat race. Who's going to get it done? 42 with some good momentum down the backstretch. The 88 looks to the inside of the 01. And out of turn 4. 42's got it in the bag. Bo gets it done in the heat race. He'll start toward the front tonight. Cliff Mullins almost got past Quinn Newton, but top 3, Caro, Willard, and Newton. And you got Mullins, Beach, Llewellyn, Christopher, Greenwell, Johnson, and Giglio all finishing the race. And here we go. Feature race time.
That was awesome.
Got a bit of a warm-up right here, so we'll take a quick break. We'll be back for some Rockingham racing. 50 laps here tonight.
Thank you.
Oh, unfortunately, my trading paints might have fried itself. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, getting ready for the grid here. Brett and Sneed gonna be starting on the pole tonight. In that 81, as I lose my timing, things are just going swimmingly tonight. Unbelievable. All right, we'll just go off track position. Harry Grindell starting on the pole. You got Trent Sneed second, Bo Carroll third, Mark Willard fourth. I already got it. Quinn Newton in fifth. Trent, I cannot do it. I can't see who's where. I apologize for this. This is ATVO at its finest. About 50% chance it works as intended. Great piece of software. And we had a 1 lap of green, so 1 lap of pacing. So we're going green. Sorry about that, everybody. Harry Grindell out front. Trenton Sneed in second, Mark Willard third. Yeah, right. Yeah, we had to make up for the Texas race today. Cut down on the pace laps. Boycotting the pace laps. Grindell, Sneed, we got some smoke out of turn 4. I have no idea where that came from. Everybody's still in the main pack. Terry Grindell sets the fastest lap. I don't remember asking, but there it is. Brett Sneed second, Caro third, Willard fourth, Newton fifth. Almost 4 wide here on the right stretch. That pack led by Llewellyn. More smoke out of 4. Don't know who's putting the smoke machine over there, but and single file racing right now. Not really what I expected. Mullins and Christopher in a battle for 6th. Behind that, you got a battle for 8th. Llewellyn and Johnson. Giglio making his way up through the field. Started on the pole for the heat race, but him and Spermetta got in a accident up front toward the beginning of the heat race. I think it was about 8 or 9 laps in, and he finds himself at the back of the field now trying to make his way back up. Back toward the front, Grindell walking away from the rest of the field. Now, you have to remember these guys don't have tire changes. They're going to have to go 50 laps without changing their tires. Don't go down for fuel. You just got to keep the car clean, save those tires. And we saw that play out last week at the fairgrounds big time. Giglio saved his stuff. RJ Williams was out front for the longest time, and Giglio came out of nowhere, passed 3 cars, and took the win in the closing laps. And I'm sure something along those lines will play out today I know they may be going flat out, but it's still tearing up those right side tires. I can assure you that with how much banking there is here. Side by side for ninth, Johnson and Giglio. Looks like it's pretty tough to pass out here already. The field's spreading out quite a bit. He's pulling out of turn 4. That's what it looked like. And Giglio took about 2 laps right there. Still not clear of the 27. They're trying to work that inside for a while now, and he will clear out of 2. 27 take the outside wall. Brindell 1 second ahead of Sneed. And it looks like Trent Sneed did get by Bo Caro. Caro looks to the inside in 3. Trenton going to come down to cover. Side by side for 4th. Willard and Newton. Newton still got his nose down there. Looks like it's really important to protect that inside lane. It just, the fact of it being the shorter way around the racetrack seems to have a bit of an advantage, but as I say that, the 01 gets in front of the 88 again and holds on to 4th. By 2 right here. Mullins, Giglio, Scrimetta, and Johnson. Giglio finds himself in 8th right now, but I think he's going to need a caution if he wants any shot at winning this race. 4.5 seconds behind the leader in Grindell. Not sure what the fuel situation's looking like. I'm assuming they can make it to the end of the race. No problem. Don't want these guys having to stop for fuel. That would not make for a good strategy. Bowman, Scrimetta. Pretty close right now. And look farther up front. 2nd through 5th, all still very close to each other. And as I say that, it looks like Trenton Sneed might be running down Harry Grindell. Made up a couple of tenths since we last checked in. Michael Christopher all on his own right here. Nobody in front, nobody behind. About 1.5 seconds either way you look from his car. But he's just kind of racing the track right now, getting the best out of those tires he can. Getting out in the wall and leading this line of cars from 7th on back. Looks like Dave Hoytsman has pulled it behind the wall. I think he had some issues there to start out with the race. Just didn't get off to a good start for him. That leaves us with 13 cars. And the draft seems like it's very important right now. You got several distinct packs. You got 2nd through 5th. You got obviously Christopher, who's on the island by himself, and that's hurting him pretty bad. Then you got 7th on back. These guys all bump drafting, trying to catch the rest of these guys, trying to get up to Christopher at least, but they can't do it. And then you got Andrew Beach and Davis Greenwald working together right now. Another driver kind of all on their own. Johnson behind 10th place, about a second behind. Trenton Sneed running down Grindell and pulling away from 3rd. Halfway in the race, 25 laps to go. Pretty quick one here at Rockingham. Only running about 25-second lap times and 50 laps. That means we go green. About a 20-something minute race. And yeah, we're about 10 or 12 minutes in right now, so it's adding up. About 15 minutes in, including the caution. Let's factor in extended the lap times a little bit. But I think the tires are really going to start playing into it now. They've run a lot of laps under green. Tires are going to heat up a lot, and that's huge in these late models. If you get them too hot, they fall completely off of a cliff. Jeffrey Johnson has vanished. Not on pit road, just out of the race, so looks like we lost the 27 down to 12 cars. I think we can see what happened to the 27 car. Oh, and that car disappears and he goes up into the wall, so maybe a hardware failure right there. He's gonna call it a night. That looked like maybe a wheel or something. Something went wrong with that 27 car. Top two still Grindell, Sneed. Gap has stayed roughly the same across this run between the 70 and the 81. But Caro, Willard, and Newton starting to fall off just a little bit. Probably due to the fact that they've been in dirty air this entire time. Now side by side, Caro and Willard. Who's going to prevail? Haven't seen a pass in the top five in a good amount of time. Willard now falling victim to the 88. Tried to make the move on Caro, and now he's going to pay the price for it. As Blake Giglio looks like he's gotten around Michael Christopher, and the rest of that pack is also got, no, never mind, not the rest, just Cliff Mullins and Giglio. Scrimetta and Llewellyn have fallen off a little bit. They're in 9th and 10th. This field has spread out so much more than I thought it would. Luckily holds on to 4th. Newton was not able to complete that pass. So that means we still haven't seen a completed pass in the top 5 since we're in green. But Giglio has done a great job. He has not let the gap grow between him and the leader. But he's going to need a caution if he wants to get up to Grindel. He's running about a 10th faster each lap at this point, but that's not going to get it done. Cliff Mullins gets by Michael Christopher behind that. And now Newton, half second behind Willard, who tags the wall. Mark Willard gets into the wall at a turn 2. Looks like no damage to that 01. Get a good look on the front stretch. Yeah, clean right side for Willard, so no problem there. Keep digging. These cars getting very spread out, but still side by side for 3rd again. Mark Willard trying desperately to get around the 42 of Caro. They're even in turn 1. Gonna try maybe a slide job right here. Now we'll stick the bottom. And he clears the 42 out of turn 2, who tags the wall. That might have done some damage on that one. Again, we'll take a look on the front stretch when he heads by. A little bit of paint scrape on the right quarter panel, but nothing too serious. Giglio gets by Quinn Newton. Hold on a minute. He might be able to get in that top 3. Only 1.3 seconds behind 3rd place. Blake Giglio coming from the back of the field, doing a great job getting through and checking back on Harry Grindel, pulling 1.8 seconds on Trenton Sneed. Trenton Sneed now 1 second over 3rd place. So this field really spreading out now, but we got a good battle for 8th place, Scrimetta and Christopher. In front of them as well, Newton and Mullins. Quinn Newton has fallen off a cliff. That's exactly what I was talking about. No pun intended with the cliff. He has dropped back. He was in 4th place, or fighting for 4th place at one point. Now he finds himself back in 7th. Losing time rapidly. And that's what I was talking about. Overheated the right side tires, and now he's paying the price for it. Giglio on the back bumper of Caro now, who I think also has some tire overheating issues. Oh, a little bit of blocking right there. Giglio up to 4th place now. Don't think he has enough time to get 3rd though, so this may be the end of the road for Giglio. 5 laps to go now. Harry Grindel looking to just take it home. Be a dominant win for Harry. It would be our third different winner in 3 races this season. 3 winners, 3 races. Doesn't get much better than that. As Llewellyn gets by Christopher now, who has heavy right front damage. Must have tagged the wall a couple of laps ago. Dealing with he might have a right side tire blown out right here. May not physically blow out in the simulator, but you can get down to 0% and the thing will not turn, and I think that's what we're seeing with Michael Christopher right now. He's all the way back in 10th. Just trying to take it home. That thing is wicked out of shape on the back straightaway. Typically in these situations, iRacing will give that driver a meatball flag. And he does have one. Him and Quinn Newton both have blown out their tires. So they might get disqualified before the checkered flag waves. 88 and 22 both completely burnt off their right front tires. But white flag in the air for Harry Grandel. Down the back stretch for the final time. Taking it easy into 3 and 4. And off of turn 4, Harry Grandel going to take home the win at Rockingham. P2 looks like going to be Trent Steed, followed by Mark Willard. Blake Giglio takes it home 4th. Cliff Mullins gets a top 5. Nice job there. Bo Caro in 6th. Travis Scametta in 7th. Off turn 4 comes Daniel Llewellyn in 8th. Andrew Beach 9th. Quinn Newton with that blown tire in 10th. Davis Greenwell 11th, and it looks like Michael Christopher doesn't make it to the checkered flag. It's DQ'd 1 lap before, so he'll end the race on pit road, unfortunately. Tough way to end the night for Michael Christopher and Quinn Newton, both running great races up until the last 10 laps. But Harry Grandel getting it done. Absolutely dominant win. That's a great camera in this. There we go. Harry Grandel burning it down.
You know, honestly, they come a little record parking for this, you know.
I'll put you back on the track where you belong. You didn't want to go down pit road.
We got more. Smoky Cam, sponsored by Smoky. And oh, what an entrance to victory lane right there. That was impressive. All right, we'll get a word with our 3rd place finisher, Mark Willard, right here in just a moment. All right. Hey, Mark, it's Lucas in the booth. Got me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Hey, man. Well, top 3 for you tonight. 3rd place. Looks like some tough racing out there. Not much passing going on, but you did a great job managing those tires. Took home a 3rd place tonight. How was it?
Yeah, I was kind of behind the 8 ball at the beginning of the night. Just didn't have the speed that I normally have. But I run a lot of short tracks, and this is a little bit out of my my skill level, I guess you could say. But I don't have a whole lot of experience running a bigger track, so I just kind of managed my tires the best I could and stay out of trouble, and worked out for me. Good points tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Did a good job in the heats and took it home 3rd in the feature. Can't say much about that, man. But yeah, like you said, it was a lot different than the rest of the schedule. Gonna be nice to get back to normal racing next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, although this was a great race, I'm not taking nothing away from it. I mean, I think we all did a pretty good job, and I mean, as far as I know, everybody kept it clean, and we made a good race out of it. It was interesting. I enjoyed it.
Definitely, man. Well, congrats on that third. You got anybody you want to shout out for the run?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody at CDC for putting this on, and y'all for broadcasting it. MP2 Motorsports, Moroso, St. Jude's Children's Hospital. You know, I always like to shout them out. I think that's a great organization, and anybody out there that can, they ought to give to that because they change lives there. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely, man. Well, I appreciate you talking to us, and nice job in the third. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sure, and we'll move on to it's like our winner, Harry Grindell in the 70. What's going on?
Winning is what's going on, apparently.
Just talked to you on Friday. Now we're talking to you again. But you absolutely dominated this one. There was no question who was going to win this.
Yeah, I mean, I was fastest in practice by a margin. And when I joined the Team VC, feeling all smug about myself, everybody went, "Oh, you are going to destroy your tyres doing that." And then I sort of had doubts. And then I put it on pole. And it was only as they were gridding that I realized, oh, I'm not going to get to run the heat. So taking the grid for the race, I thought I was absolutely cooked. I thought I was done for because I didn't know how the tires were going to go. All I knew was how to go fast for like a few laps. So I just kind of guessed that, I've done pretty well at this track before. I know the ins and outs of it. So I just kind of guessed based on what I knew for there and hoped that the car and the tires on it would cope. And apparently they did. So here we are.
Yeah, I had the kind of the same prediction that everybody else did. I saw how fast you were running at the start. I was like, man, he's going to fall off. But yeah, I think you got faster as the race went on.
Yeah. The thing here is it's the transitions going into the corners that really cooks the tires. So I basically just prioritized being easy at that point where the banking picks up, and then from there you can get back to throttle and have no worries in the world. The car will just turn itself. So figuring that out, which for the first few laps, the car self-steered perfectly fine, and if you set it in a rhythm right, it'd keep doing that. So it wasn't until like 6 laps to go that I even noticed any tightness whatsoever in the middle of the corner, and it didn't affect me at all. So yeah, it's just finding not just a rhythm, but finding the right rhythm. If you were trying to go up the track or whatever, that was going to backfire horribly. You had to be that's the thing with Rockingham. You have to enter one especially in a very specific way, and yeah, knowing how to do that and having the right amount of luck guessing how much I have to live to do it, we wound up saving quite well, and here we are.
Absolutely. Well, you've made it a little boring, but sometimes that's good. It was an impressive feat, and nice job on that. You got anybody you want to shout out for it?
Yeah, Kamikaze Motorsport, obviously. Catgo Racing, my 1-year anniversary with them was yesterday or the day before now for me, obviously British time. But to Game Rush Expo, Soyo Centers hosting, to Team Low Timer is here, and obviously Low Timed Race Engines, and then Renault for this Renault Arcana. The Renault Arcana is a coupe SUV real life. It's about the worst thing I could possibly put on a late model stock, and that's why I did it. And obviously, honestly, I think if you look up a picture of a Renault Arcana, I think that the iconography suits this body style better than the real thing.
I have to agree.
But yeah, and obviously to yourself and for Beach for putting this on, and obviously for you for streaming too. It's a lot of fun. I love this.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you talking to us. Congrats on the win. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next one.
All right, and we'll catch up with our second place finisher, Trenton Sneed. Sorry, I forgot you can't drag yourself. I would have got you in here sooner, but I'm a bonehead. But anyway, what's going on?
Did not see that one going caution free.
I did not either. I mean, I talked to Quinn at the start of the race, and he said this goes one or two ways. We wreck or we wreck, and it was or, I guess.
We made a third option. We GTA'd it. We made option C.
Yeah, and I was talking with Harry. He said, he thought his tires were going to fall off. He was getting told that. And I mean, you and him both, you seemed to get better than everybody else as the run went on. Is that kind of what you saw?
Yeah, for a while, or I guess at the first half, it was kind of eerie. It was like it was a mimic. The one lap I'd try to push a little harder, try to run down. It's like our brains were in sync. And then Cliff said someone tried to go full throttle into one and it worked. I was like, ooh, is that a thing still? And it wasn't. So I overshoot turn 1, and that's when he started pulling. And at that point, that was the 2% tire wear that killed it. One corner burned up my right front, and I started immediately dropping like a rock.
Yeah, toward the end of that race, I was kind of touching on it. You got to be so easy on these late model tires, and we saw a couple of drivers actually blow their right front tire out.
Yeah, Beach did a 30-lap stint, and he said his tire was right on the verge of blowing out. So I was like, okay, well, someone's going to. I mean, I had 40% left, so it's kind of. I was babying it the whole time, but Harry had like 5% better than me, so somewhere I think that turn 1 that ate up my 3%.
Yeah, and I mean, you still brought that beautiful Camaro home in second tonight, and I think that was a pretty good debut here in the late models, man. But you got anybody you want to shout out for the run tonight?
I just thank my parents, my family from watching, mom, dad, my sister, Whitley, Uncle Lee if he watched this one. No real sponsors on it. This is calling it a street car. I still got AC, so I was kind of vibing for 50 laps. It was nice. I think I need to do that more often.
Did you leave the AC on? Is that what you lost?
I still finished second with the AC on. They need to get better. Crap! If I did, if that was a little overweight, man. But yeah, no. I was never expecting to run one of these. I actually like Rockingham, so when you actually took up the broadcast, I was like, I actually like this track. Why not? I want to see if I can make a wild ass. There she is. Did you refresh trade paint? Do we actually have my red half stripe?
Yes, we do, and it looks good.
Oh, thank you, God, because it didn't load in.
My trading paint started whacking out there trying to do it, but we got there, and well, I'm glad we did because it looks real good.
Sir, thank you. The real one looks even better.
All right, yeah, well,
sounds better too.
We'll see you up in the booth again next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, see you then.
Later.
That was Trenton Sneed finishing second tonight. Sorry, I did a little out of order, but we got there. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Appreciate you all joining me. Harry Grindell getting the win here tonight in a dominant fashion. You saw it. And, well, that's going to do it for me tonight. Next week, the races will be back on Wild Horse Broadcasting for Kern County or Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, whichever you want to call it. One of them's a mouthful, one of them's easy to say. So leave that up to you guys. But we'll be back on Wild Horse next week. Make sure to catch the race. And we'll have the Cup Series this Wednesday as well here in CTC. IndyCars on Friday here on CTC Racing Network from SRL. So make sure to tune in for that. But that's going to do it for me tonight. I'm Lucas Hoytsma. See you next week.